Hello all, welcome to www.bspsolutions.com. Today we will be creating dashboard in Oracle Planning and Budgeting Cloud Service. To make you understand the concept of dashboard, I'll first provide an example dataset for financial performance tracking. Now here you see the data available for various months for revenue, operating expenses and profit. So this data can be used to monitor key financial metrics like revenues, expenses and profitability. Now this is only for 1 year data provided. If you see at such reports, at such large number of data, you at once do not recognize or you are not able to understand how does it imply and what would be the result of these figures which are shown on. There are varied large number of figures provided, so at a glance over here it seems very cumbersome, it is very lengthy and difficult to understand and spot the variances effectively. Now the same data I have converted it into a graphical representation. So this type of data can be used for a variety of charts, graphs and grids. So here I have used a line graph. So now if you compare the last slide where all the figures were coming up all together and this slide where you have a proper summary of all the figures, here the exact differentiation can be spotted. It is more presentable and it is user friendly. It is easy to understand what is the revenue for the month, all the months for the all the years, all the months of the year given, and you can see the amount on the axis it is provided. Revenue, operating expenses, profit, all has been distributed into different color line graphs. The graph is showing how these financial metrics change over the months, giving a clear visualization for your dashboard. So a dashboard is a visual interface that provides a consolidated view of key performance indicators, reports, and relevant data to the users. It is used to monitor, analyze, and manage financial and operational performance in a more interactive and user-friendly way. Dashboards are customizable and can include various components like charts or graphs, data grids, and forms. So the key features of the dashboard is firstly data visualization. Like here in this example, you can see how it displays the trends. Not only trends, the actual data forecast with the help of using tools like pie charts, bar graphs, and line graphs can be presented. Then there are real-time updates. So the dashboard will show you live or recent data, allowing for more immediate decision making. Then customizable layouts, where users can configure and customize dashboards to show specific data relevant to their roles or projects. Now that we have understood what is dashboard and what are these key characteristics of the dashboard, we'll go into the application and we'll see how to create one. So here this is the instance open over here, and I have logged in as administrator. So we're going to go to the dashboard in from the home page, and we'll click on the create tab. Now there is option to choose dashboard 1.0 or dashboard 2.0. So the main difference between them is the technology used and the features each version offers. Like this dashboard 1.0 uses Oracle Application Development Framework, that is Oracle ADF technology, while dashboard 2.0 uses Oracle JavaScript Extension Toolkit, Oracle JET technology. Dashboard 2.0 offers improved flexibility, faster rendering, and better visualization. It also offers a streamlined and intuitive user experience. So here, this is a more advanced version. We're going to use dashboard 2.0 over here. So this designer has a palette on the left where you can select your data source. You can straight away pull your data source from here and you can drag it over here. So this on the left hand side is the palette to choose the data source. Either you can select the cubes over here, or through here through library you can straight away select the data forms already created. In this middle is the canvas where we're going to create the dashboard. Now there are different users in the application, and dashboard is meant for all the users. It is meant to help all the users visualize the data more easily and more effectively. So here we're going to first create a dashboard for the management. Now the CEO visualizes data from here, and they want a dashboard with a strategic focus on high level financial health and performance. So let us create. So here I have taken the balance sheet for the management decision making purposes. You can see the data form created already. Now here on this right side, you arrange your dashboard components and properties. Now for this dashboard, I can select which sort of a chart or the graphical representation I want to use. So I've selected bar over here. So in here on the right hand side, you have, when you select the bar tab, you will be able to customize the bar diagram over here. You can use the scaling property. So auto uses the highest value in the grid as a guide, and then none shows raw data values. Then we have the orientation. So you can set these graphs either vertically or horizontally. Then the legend position is provided. So right now we have selected right, and there is option to select it on the left hand side also. Then labels, you can there are various options provided: none, outside the bar, on the edges, center, inside the bar, edge. So if we select inside the bar, you can see these goes inside these edges, these the label positions, it is going inside the bar. So this, I'm making it again none. If I select here outside bar, then all these label positions will come on the top of the bar. Since there are so many label positions in this particular bar diagram, I'm not choosing one. Grid lines is hidden. If I uncheck it, then here you can find the grid lines. So basically grid lines help you to identify at what position the bar is. Then if there are certain data where the percentage is very less. At that time you can select logarithmic scale, so that the height of the bar increases, and this will show even the lowest percentage easily. Now this is the characteristics here provided for the y-axis, which is secondary axis over here. So all these accounts are placed over here. You can select or delete particular account from here. Next is the choice for color preferences for these bars. You can select from here. Then for the x-axis and y-axis, there is custom range provided. Then we have the customizing tab for the chart. So you can change the title of this chart. Further, you can change the background color. And then you can change the height of the rows and the columns from here. Next, if there is association with any business rule, we can select it from here. And lastly is the general settings over here, where we will provide the name of this dashboard. So here I have given the name of this particular dashboard I've created. Then there is also the option to select the borders or height. And further from here we can change the background color. Now I want to add leverage ratio here. I'm actually looking for the data in this data form, which I'm not able to find. I think the application is giving some error. Uh, so right now the instance I was working on has been deleted, and this is a new instance created. So I'm here in another browser, and I've opened the same instance, and we'll quickly go to the dashboard and create another one. So my purpose here is to create a dashboard for the higher management, how that is created, what sort of dashboard is created for them. And secondly, I wanted to create a dashboard for the power users, basically the employees who need to see the data in their day-to-day life for making decision uh, uh, making purposes. So this was one of the dashboard I had created already, and I've told you how these properties are used. And next I was showing you one more over here for the management to come to some to take the key decisions. I wanted to put the leverage ratios also. Now here I've chosen the pie diagram. So again I have the properties over here. You can maximize this particular diagram to see it properly and to make changes accordingly. You can change the color of these pie segments from here. So let's save this. Now let me create one another dashboard for the power users. So this is the bar chart again, and here let me convert it to a line because that we have not selected till now. So here I've taken monthly sales. I also wanted to add monthly inventory, but it doesn't seem to have any records. And let me try with the now the application right now is not fetching data. So unfortunately the instance is not working again. So we can summarize that these dashboards are basically a visual representation which provide with easy data understanding, and they have different perspectives for different users. If we are creating one for the higher management like CEO, then we need a dashboard with a strategic focus on high level financial health and performance. And if we one which we are creating for the power users, we want it with more granular operational data for analysis. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining, and if you have any queries, you can write to us at www.bspsolutions.com. Thank you.